won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
Oh, if you already know the answers to your questions, then why ask?
What's the most you ever lost in acquaintance?
I like the way you die, boy.
I don't want to be a product of my environment.
Now answer my question. Were you rushing or were you dragging?
My boys waited, man.
What is up, Film Fixation Podcast? We are back. I am your host, Jaron Allred. I'm joined by my co-host, Austin Hyatt. And we're sorry we had to take a week off. Life's just so busy with football, fantasy football, sports gambling, stuff like that.
We got to do that.
We were really caught up in that this week. Just couldn't find time to, analyze any movies. So, but we're going to do one today with you. We're doing Chinatown. I know a lot of you idiots haven't even watched this movie. Mm-hmm. We know you haven't watched it because we looked and we checked. So we're going to try to get you guys to watch this today. It's fantastic, but before we do that, let's do the film news. Austin?
Okay, perfect. So there have been a lot of trailers that have come out. Mm-hmm. Most notably for Saltburn, a trailer came out for that. I'm kind of excited about that. All of Us Strangers, some stills came out for that. That's another Paul Mescal movie that's coming out.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see any of that?
No.
Well, I think it's just stills that came out.
Oh, that's what you said.
So we'll see. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for it. Poor Things won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival.
I saw that.
Great reviews.
What does that award mean? They gave out 5 awards.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they
I think
meant.
The Golden Lion is the best film at the Venice Film Festival.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. The reviews look really great.
Really?
Yeah. So
I saw what's her name? The Thurman kid. She's in
Thurman kid.
Yeah.
Uma
Ethan
Thurman's
Hawke
kid?
and Uma Thurman's kid.
Maya Hawke.
Maya Hawke, yeah. She did one of those Letterboxd things where they're like, what's your 4 favorite movies? And all the actors act really pretentious.
Right.
Oh, that's so tough. Screw you for asking me that. But she was kind of the same everybody else is. But she's like, I watched one recently that's my new favorite, Poor Things.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's great.
So it's it's probably the best film I've ever seen. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Might be my most anticipated for the rest of the year, other than Killers. And I'm looking more forward to it than Napoleon now. So
really,
yeah.
If you want to get really excited for it, go look up the Parents Guide.
I did. I think I sent that over to you.
You did. Yeah.
That's why I'm excited.
Okay.
Emma Stone's on my top 10 most attractive women in the world. So I'm excited for that. Anyway, Oppenheimer officially becomes third highest grossing film of 2023. Pretty exciting. After Barbie and Super Mario Bros. I think
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Mario wasn't that good,
but
it was okay.
Kids and international
kids, whatever.
Yeah. Movie PR company exposed for years of buying positive reviews from Rotten Tomatoes critics. We knew that all along.
This. Yeah,
we knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Neeson speaks ill of Star Wars. That's not really news. Paul Walter Hauser has reportedly been offered the lead role in Quentin Tarantino's final film, The Film Critic.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought the film critic was going to be a girl. I thought that's what it was.
I told
about a girl.
I showed Grace this news. She said the same thing.
Really?
I don't know where you guys, maybe when you were hanging out alone one night, you exchanged that information. But, have you seen Paul Walter Hauser in anything?
Yeah. I've seen him in Blackbird, the TV series.
Okay, cool.
He was really good in that.
Okay, good.
He does this weird voice. It's kind of annoying. He's playing a psychotic killer.
Right.
So,
okay. Well,
he does a good job of being disturbing and disgusting.
Maybe it's going to be a weird role because I've only seen him in Black Klansman and I, Tonya. And he's kind of weird, annoying.
I've seen him in those
as
well. Yeah. He's not really. That's weird that he's leading.
Yeah.
Tarantino's last film that he's ever going to make. He's only making 10 people. He's made 9.
Do you think he'll be able to resist though?
I hope not.
I know.
He makes more. You know, he hasn't had a bad movie besides Hateful Eight.
You've never finished that still?
No, and I've tried like 4 times.
When was the last time you tried?
Probably like a year ago.
You need to grow up. I just
Maybe
rewatched
now.
that like 2 weeks ago.
And you liked it?
I loved it.
Okay. I don't know what it is. Just doesn't get me.
Sure.
I just know it's not as good as his other movies. So,
But yeah, I don't know. I watched
couldn't finish
Jackie Brown.
either.
You couldn't finish Jackie Brown?
Mm-mm.
That's okay.
Sometimes it's like the last 10 minutes and I just won't finish it. Like I've seen everything.
That's where you and I differ a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Like we were even texting about a movie this morning and you said you couldn't finish it. And I was like, what?
Sometimes I get mad. I'm like, I don't want to give this movie the pleasure of having me watch the last 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah. That's how it was with The Legends of Fall. I really wanted to get up and walk out. I was tired of it. Sorry, Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan. Austin hated Legends of the Fall, which is crazy.
Sorry.
Because you're literally named after Brad Pitt. So
he's the highlight of that film, Tristan, the character Tristan.
Yeah.
So they named you after the right one. At least you weren't named whatever any of their other names were. I don't remember. No.
The kid from E.T., he's in it.
Really?
Yeah. He's the other brother.
Here's the thing that made me mad too.
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins sucked in that movie.
I don't remember him being good.
He sucks. And then also every other character in that movie never acted in anything again. That was like their one movie. They were all trash. They were all like English and Irish people who couldn't do American accents.
Really?
Just bugged me. Okay. Sorry.
Dude, it's okay.
But I think that one of the native actors, one of the indigenous actors in that is in Killers of the Flower Moon. So
okay.
She's the only one that gets a pass. But last bit of news here. Josh Hartnett reportedly in talks to portray Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four. I feel like we need a new news outlet because these guys report a lot on like Star Wars and
dude, how many castings do we need to report for Fantastic Four?
Seriously.
There's
There's been like 2 full rotations.
I've seen like 10 different ones, honestly.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's supposed to be the thing, and then Mila Kunis, and then I don't even know who it is supposed to be now.
Yeah.
You know, just stupid. I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. It's a Marvel property.
Yeah, exactly. It's dead.
Yeah. Superhero movies are dead.
Okay. Well, that's all our news.
That's it?
I think so. I mean, there's more. I saw a bunch more, but I just didn't send it over. So sorry.
Okay. I want to shout out the Kelsey documentary. Just came out the other day. Watched it. It's fantastic. It's about Jason Kelsey. He's a center for the Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. Sports, a sports team, Forrest. It's
yeah.
He's not listening.
Yeah.
One of those football ones, American. But yeah, really good. And it's not like just about football, but it's about his family. And he's kind of like transitioning towards leaving the NFL and like how hard it is on his body, his family, and and how much he loves the city. And made me cry,
Dang.
Partly is because they showed the Eagles losing the Super Bowl. Probably about 90% of it. I had to watch that.
Are you an Eagles fan?
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan.
As of last year, right?
Sure. Okay.
Dude, let's go to Philly. Let's take a trip to Boston and Philly.
I'm going to a game this
No,
year.
that's great. Let's go, you and I.
Okay. No, I'll go again.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
This is your first time to Philly?
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
First time. Shut up. Austin's been everywhere.
Sure.
This everybody knows.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can hop into Chinatown. Anything else to say on the Kelseys?
No. It's on Prime Video.
Okay.
It's free. Go watch it. Okay. All right. Chinatown. When does this movie come out? Came out in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
Before all you guys were born.
Yep.
So pretty crazy. Synopsis. Private Eye, Jake Gittes, lives off of the murky moral climate of sun-baked pre-World War II Southern California. Hired by a beautiful socialite to investigate her husband's extramarital affair, Gittes is swept into a maelstrom of double dealings and deadly deceits, uncovering a web of personal and political scandals that come crashing together. It's starring Jack Nicholson, Faye Dunaway, and John Huston. It has a 90. Oh, it's directed by Roman Polanski. It's got a 99% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 93% audience score, which that's probably the highest we've ever seen on here,
and
except for maybe The Godfather.
Yeah, and I would wager to say some of those lower scores are review bombing for Roman Polanski.
Really?
Yeah. If you look on Letterboxd, there's he's a child predator.
Oh.
But great filmmaker.
Okay.
We here
I didn't know that.
us here at the
Who
Film
chose
Fixation
this?
Podcast can separate the art from the artist.
We can. Yeah.
So just take that as you will. We don't agree with what Roman Polanski did, but a great filmmaker. So
Great.
um
Rosemary's Baby
yeah.
also directed that. I haven't seen it, but yeah, heard it's good.
It's rated higher than this
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
on Letterboxd.
That's
at least.
surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, on IGN, it's got a 9 out of 10. IMDb, it's got an 8.2 average, and the Letterboxd average is a 4.3. I gave it a 4.5. You gave it a 4.5.
Mhm.
What were your thoughts? You just watched this recently for the first time.
Just watched it yesterday for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Immediate thoughts: Jack Nicholson, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yeah.
Easy. I read that they wrote this screenplay with Jack in mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is, that makes total sense because he's just perfect for the role. Widely regarded as one of the best screenplays of all time. Won Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars
Yeah.
in 1975.
That's so for our less educated audience, original screenplay means that it's not based off of a book or a play or whatever else. It's an original idea. Okay. I know a lot of you guys were confused just now with what Austin said. Screenplay is like the script, of a movie, right? Sometimes we call it film. That's a bit of a
There's a small
confusing.
distinction between film and movie on this podcast.
Okay. So continue. Yeah.
It was just great. I was thinking when it ended, like I was genuinely in the dark in a lot of this movie. Like it's a bona fide mystery movie, and I just really enjoyed it. It's not a Rian Johnson mystery movie where you figure it out 10 minutes in.
Really?
Yeah.
You figured out Knives Out pretty early?
But Glass Onion is pretty heavy-handed on the foreshadowing and the clues.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Anyway, let's not talk about Rian Johnson.
The white man is going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
The white billionaire. He's
Yeah.
the bad guy. Okay. Yeah, I watched this I think 3-4 months ago for the first time. It's fantastic. Loved it. Like you said, I mean, people think this is maybe the greatest original screenplay of all time, which is surprising. Jack Nicholson famously passed on being in The Godfather to be in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was he going to be in The Godfather?
Is it either The Godfather or The Godfather Part 2? I think it was The Godfather Part 2.
Well,
I think he was going to be Robert De Niro's character. I think he was going to be Brando.
Oh, that would have worked really well.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they've got like the same hair pattern.
Yeah.
It could have worked.
He was really balding
Yes.
in this movie. Looked kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, people ask, I said this on like the Town pod, I'm pretty sure. But he doesn't regret it. He thinks Chinatown is a fantastic movie. And he doesn't regret not being in The Godfather Part 2. And I think we got the better outcome of, like if you switch De Niro and Nicholson, I just think
De Niro in this part?
Yeah,
no way.
Nicholson does so well on his own,
Mm.
in movies like The Shining, especially.
Yeah.
De Niro just be kind of silly in The Shining, which not to take away from De Niro, he's like arguably like top 5 best actors of all time. But
Right.
Like, there's something so charismatic about Nicholson in this movie.
Really?
Like, don't you think so?
I just wouldn't say it that way. Like he just genuinely gave me like he's just a weird guy. It seems like
He's always weird.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked his character. And his character is charismatic. I know, but like the barbershop scene.
Okay, yeah.
Like I was like, if you told me this is just how Jack Nicholson is out in public, I would believe it.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. But his character is charismatic. That's just not the first word I would use to describe
What's the first? Weird?
Just a little weird. Just a little oddball. Yeah.
Well, it's entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't keep your eyes off him. And maybe that is a better word, but
and maybe
I still think it's charismatic. I don't know. Like I think it'd be funny just to go out and act like that.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah.
With his comebacks.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a better movie with more comebacks.
Yeah. He calls the guy a bimbo, which is funny. I've never thought of calling a dude a bimbo.
He's like, "Where'd you get the midget?" when he's talking about the guy with the knife.
Well, that's Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
So
Roman Polanski.
Little punch at himself there.
I know.
Hey, did you draft this in the?
I did.
In the director cameo.
This, yeah, because I saw that. I paused it right in that moment, and I was watching it on Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Roman Polanski, guy with a knife.
Right.
And I was like, why didn't I draft this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I did. That's right. So yeah.
See, I knew that was him from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood they describe him as like a tiny guy.
No, really? Yeah.
So I was like, and he's like dressed in a lighter suit. Mm-hmm. I was like, this guy's got to be important.
Yeah.
Looked it up, but
that's true. So yeah, I just really loved Nicholson in this movie. I don't think De Niro could have done as great of a job. So I think we got the better outcome.
Yeah.
With that, but bit of a slow burn. I could see some people not making it all the way through to the end. And maybe if you do make it through the end, you maybe wish you didn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a more demoralizing ending that I've ever seen,
Well, yeah, what's so great about it is you kind of assume from the get-go, like 25 minutes in, you're like, okay, this is a story about rich people in LA doing something with the water, and that's what's going to be uncovered.
Yeah.
But by the end of the movie, it's a totally different story. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think, even though it is a slow burn, you're on your toes more or less the whole time, because there's all these fake outs, all these clues that you're following, and then you're totally wrong. And by the end, it doesn't even really matter because it's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares about the water at the end.
Right.
You care about what went down in Chinatown.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to rhyme right there. But
that's cool, though.
But I did.
That's cool? Really cool.
Clip that. somebody clip that.
Hey, chat, clip that, please.
We'll make that a TikTok. That'll do well. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. What did I want to talk about this one? I wanted to talk about. So it famously had a really troubled production. Okay. So this guy, Robert Towne, wrote the script. Okay. It was like 3 times as long as like a normal script in Hollywood. And he was shopping around. Paramount picks it up. I guess, like you said, he had Jack Nicholson in mind to play.
Right.
They got Jack Nicholson involved because Robert Towne and Nicholson were good friends. So he wrote this movie kind of with Jack in mind. They were roommates at one time.
Oh, wow.
So he really just wanted to work with Jack. They got, Paramount to buy it. They got Roman Polanski involved. And Roman Polanski was in Europe at the time. And it was after his beloved Sharon Tate was murdered by the Charlie Manson followers. Right. So he was grieving in Europe. He didn't really want to go back to Los Angeles and, kind of relive his trauma or whatever. And so he reluctantly agreed. And he famously had issues with pretty much everybody on set, which makes sense now that you say he was a horrible guy.
Yeah.
So with Faye Dunaway, I think they had the most issues. They fought like constantly. Like Faye Dunaway would like storm off set multiple times, like they'd have to halt production, like get in screaming matches. There was this one scene that they were trying to film and she had like a stray hair that was bothering Polanski or whatever. It just kept popping up. So he like unannounced, just walked over, plucked it, and then went back behind the camera. And she like freaked out, stormed off set, whatever. And they had to arrange a meeting. The studio had to arrange like a meeting between the two of them. Like they wouldn't even associate with each other to get them to resume filming. And Robert Towne, the writer, wasn't even allowed on set because Polanski like shaved down the script a whole ton and like cut out a lot of stuff that Robert Towne wanted in there. I guess there was way more like subplots going on, which I don't know how you could, shove in more subplots into this movie. It seemed like there was a ton of them already. So they weren't getting along. And then Jack Nicholson, I guess they got along most of the time, but there was a few blow-ups. I guess Jack wouldn't leave his trailer one day because he wanted to watch the end of the Lakers game. And it went into overtime. And he wanted to watch the last little bit. And Polanski was so mad. He came in there with a mop and he tried to break the TV.
What?
And once he couldn't do it, he took the TV, threw it outside the trailer, breaking it.
Wow.
And Jack Nicholson was in a towel or something, naked, and he stormed off set naked and went home.
Wow.
Which, like you said, Nicholson's a weird guy. I love him.
No, I like him a lot too.
Yeah. But that is true. So that seems like something he would do at the time, I guess.
I feel like I would react the same way though.
Yeah.
Polanski seems like a D-bag, If he breaks your TV, you're going home naked.
Yeah. Also, like Nicholson said, like he was worried when they put like the knife in his nose.
Yeah.
It was actually going to cut him or something.
Okay.
Like I guess it was actually kind of sharp and it might have like nicked his nose a little bit. Like that looked so real.
Yeah, it did. I had to rewind it to see how they did it.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow, like that just splattered. How did he get the knife out of there like that?
Yeah.
And yeah, an iconic look.
Yeah.
For the
Very
rest of
cool.
the movie with the
sunglasses.
I thought it'd be funny if we did that where like we put on like these small sunglasses, wear like band-aids on
just for the pod or what?
Just for the pod.
We should have. You should have told me. Would have done it.
Once we get off the ground, like once we hit like 1 million subscribers, then we'll start like dressing up. So
yeah, only 250,000 more to go. So keep following.
Keep following, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it about the troubled production. But it seems like the great movies, like The Godfather. I don't even know any other examples, but it's funny, these two, like such troubled productions and then end up being some of the greatest films of all time. And with Paramount too. Yeah.
Another Jack Nicholson, I was listening to a podcast about The Shining. That's actually why I kind of wanted to watch this, was because I was like, Jack Nicholson's great. I want to revisit. But that went over by like 3 times. It was supposed to be like a 17-week production and it ended up being like a year, like 51 weeks. And so, just the great movies, man.
That's because, I mean, Stanley Kubrick is a crazy
He does
person.
100 takes of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Made Shelley Duvall like quit acting.
Yeah.
Go through therapy. He made her do like a take so many times where she's crying and screaming that she got like dehydrated and she like passed out on the set, or like needs to go to the hospital or something.
Yeah. And then she always had to keep water bottles right next to her because she couldn't even cry
so
after
bad.
that.
Yeah. Like I've seen like there's behind the scenes like YouTube videos where he's just like getting so mad at Shelley, and I just feel so bad for her.
It's a different world back then.
Yeah, that's true.
We should do a Shining podcast sometime.
We should. No, we're definitely going to.
Yeah.
He was also the same way. I listened to a pod on Eyes Wide Shut that he also directed. Pretty much ruined Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise's marriage.
Really?
Like, have you? I mean, do you know what would?
No.
We'll save it for the Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
Like, really, really horrible stuff like that just wouldn't fly today. Like I'll say one example. There's a sex scene between Nicole Kidman and another man in the movie where they're married in the movie, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, and they're married in real life. And they're like secluded in London or something, this whole filming. And it was like it's like a 20-second scene, but it was like 3 days of filming.
Oh my gosh.
he wouldn't let Tom Cruise on set for it. He wouldn't let Nicole Kidman tell him anything about what was going on, or like anybody. Nobody could tell Tom Cruise what was happening.
Wow.
So just like making him unnerved, what's going on with my wife and this sex scene with this other man, and just to, make
Was he doing it like
less acting in the movie.
Oh, so it was intentional.
It was intentional, to get him like more unhinged for the takes, because you haven't seen that movie.
No, I haven't. Yeah, but I know it's culty and whatever and weird.
Yeah, that's what you're into. I feel like
I'm totally into that.
Like this.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
No, I feel like you would actually. Yeah, it's kind of freaky, and lots of conspiracy theories. Out there about it. We'd have a lot to talk about.
Okay,
we talked about that. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the camera shots in this movie. I thought it was just like spectacular. I noticed there were so many like over the shoulder shots of like Jake's perspective of what's going down. And it just adds to like, we're kind of just like solving the mystery with him. It's never like a wide angle shot of him like doing something. Yeah. Where it's like you're watching him do this. You feel like you're right there behind him while he's like figuring this whole thing out. And there's even like POV shots. He'll turn and see something, and it's just like that's his perspective, what he's looking at, and it cuts back to him. Just like really expert cinematography. Yeah. In the way they tell the story.
One I really liked is when he shows up to the reservoir, fakes being the vice president of the water department or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's when they find Mulroy. What's his name?
Melrose.
Melrose's body. I don't know. But as he's talking to his two police officer buddies that he knows from Chinatown, there's like this, they're walking along the dike, I guess is what it would be.
Yeah.
I don't know my reservoir terminology. Sorry for anybody. They're walking and the camera is just walking backwards with them. And it's just so intimate and it just feels like you're there in the conversation, Yeah. And there's, like you said, just numerous shots like that. And really like beautiful shots. This is like a crime noir movie. Yeah. Which are usually either in black and white or like just darker by nature. But this, I think partially because of the setting of LA, it's very bright, very beautiful, but very colorful. Like when he first follows Mulroy down to the beach or down to the ocean, like there's this sunset that just looks awesome. Yeah. And
a lot
of
sunsets.
Yeah. A lot of great, great colors and stuff, but just beautiful cinematography.
Yeah. I thought the same way. But when it's nighttime, like it does get pretty dark.
Yeah.
But it's all like lit super well in like a very pleasing way,
Right.
Okay. Should we get into the categories?
Let's.
Okay. So favorite part. This is a bit difficult. Just because there's not that many like good standalone scenes. I mean, because it's kind of just a build up,
Listen, I want to put on the record when you said charming earlier and I disagreed with myself now.
Okay, good.
Because the first like 30 minutes and that's what the story's about. Like Jake is like he's just a pretty nice guy that does favors for people. Like we're introduced to Curly at the very beginning where he lets him off the hook and later Curly comes in, whatever. But there are a lot of cool scenes where you just get to know Jake and you just think he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
So like, I'm thinking of the barbershop. I would, I probably wouldn't react screaming, but I like a guy that does that.
Yeah.
Also, I like
when he gets up, just like, would you like to go take this outside?
Yeah. But also when he's like on the rowboat and I forget what he says. But he leans back and he's taking a picture of his buddy. Yeah. And he's like, okay, let's have a smile.
Yeah.
You're going to love this.
Dude, his smile.
Yeah.
He's just so magnetic,
Yeah.
His countenance I just love it.
So honestly, at that point in the movie, I was like, every scene is a banger, like we're just getting to know this guy and it's great.
Yeah.
So it is hard to say favorite scene, but those are a couple that I liked. Just getting to know Jake. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to agree. It draws you in very well to who Jake is and his character. And there's a lot of depth to him. I mean, he's a bit vain. He's a bit defensive,
Mhm.
you know, about his profession. You can tell he's got insecurities, but I mean, he's so defensive because I think he feels strongly that he is making like an honest living, you know, and he's trying to help out these people who are unsure about their spouses. And I think the people who criticize him are the ones that like wouldn't want to be exposed in that same way. You know,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The guy in the barbershop, like I wouldn't want to be caught cheating, you know, which is just like says more about them than it does about Jack.
Yeah.
You know, or Jake.
Yeah.
Jack
Jake.
Yeah.
No, I like that you said that because it also, I like how he alludes to Chinatown and you just know it's like something dark from his past.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows you why he's so content in his working environment now. Because he really does feel like it's something better than he was doing in Chinatown. It's not as like dark and twisted as whatever was going on.
Yeah.
But he really does feel like he's making a difference. And that comes in later with all the themes of like big corporations and rich people and corruption and him just being powerless against that. But at the beginning, he's so innocent and believes that, you know, at least he's doing this little bit of good.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot.
No, yeah, I agree. But like you said, I mean, they allude to Chinatown. You know, it feels like there's so much story built around this movie that like you could have made a prequel. You could have made like a couple sequels. And this was originally planned to be a trilogy.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
But, you know, obviously problems with Polanski and everything that went down with the production of this movie just made it impossible to get everybody back together. Jack was down to do it, I guess, but it just couldn't. They couldn't make it make it happen. But they actually did. Like, I think 10, 20 years later, there is a sequel to this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I guess you should look it up. I think it's horrible. That's what I heard. Wasn't good at all. But Jack is in it. And he's still Jake Gillis. But I think it's people just choose to ignore it.
Yeah, 1990, The Two Jakes, directed by Jack Nicholson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2.9 stars on Letterboxd.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, not terrible.
Yeah.
Be worth a watch.
Yeah. That has like directing debut or something. Never heard of him directing anything.
Harvey Keitel's also in it.
Really?
It's the other Jake.
Mm.
Looks like he directed something in 1971, but I'm sure that's like a short film. Anyway.
Dang.
Oh, it's a feature length.
Maybe we'll watch it. We'll see. The Two Jakes.
The Two Jakes, yeah.
That's a weird title. Not Chinatown 2. But yeah, and I think it's just so expertly like how they allude to Chinatown. You know that Jake and the lieutenant or detective or whatever, lieutenant, like chief of police, whatever, had worked together like in Chinatown, and there was corruption, and then everything just happens all at once, like in Chinatown,
right?
You know, at the very end of the movie, and it's very dark, and it just like confirms all your suspicions about how bad Chinatown is. It's horrible. So yeah, I really liked how they kind of walked around that and how that worked out. So yeah, what do we think? Favorite part? Just the beginning with Jack, or
yeah, that's like, I don't know. The ending's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
very well done. So it's hard to say what my favorite is, but
the ending is just, I mean, it's devastating, but it evokes the most emotion out of you in the entire movie. I was in like right when he, went to go talk to Faye Dunaway. What's your character's name?
Let's see.
Yeah, but he went to go talk to her at, the house. What is it?
Evelyn,
yeah. And, that big old whatever gets... We're not going to spoil this because we know none of you guys have seen it. And
we're freaking losers.
It's hard to walk around this. But a big piece of information gets revealed or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. And then, I can't even want to talk. I want to talk about the glasses, like the monocles.
Oh, yeah.
But once you realize, like, okay, this isn't what we thought about this, then I was like all in. like, just glued to the screen for like the last, 10, 15 minutes.
Oh man, it's done so well because you're with Jake in that moment where he thinks he solved it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh my gosh, Evelyn,
Yeah.
she's the one. She's the one I don't want to spoil.
I mean, she could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of whatever.
But yeah, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
Okay. So we'll just say.
One more submission.
Okay.
I also liked where he goes to the county records office.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just that guy with like zits all over his
Yeah.
face. And he just calls him a weasel.
I know for no. It's like just sitting there, like, it's in section 23, row C or something.
Yeah.
Weasel. Walks away. But that guy was being unnecessarily rude.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. It's all over his face.
But it's just a little break where we get to see Jake's personality again.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
And I just love how everything seems to just work out for him in this, movie. I mean, like, up until the end, but like everything that he's figuring out, just he obviously just passes as this police guy or whatever.
Right.
Gets passed. Gets roughed up a bit. That doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But like it seems like everything's kind of just going his way, and you trust that he's gonna figure this out. So yeah, I just liked when we saw him just doing good
doing
work,
his thing.
just being clever.
Yeah.
When he goes to his client's house at the end, and he gets out through the garage, that was very clever.
Which is why a sequel or a prequel would have worked really well. Getting to see more of that. With less of a story about corruption and all that stuff, and more about Jake doing his thing would have been cool.
Yeah, when I was thinking about this, I was like, is there a better movie about like corruption? And I was thinking about like parallels to the Batman, where it's like, people are just, the police are just in the back pockets of these elites or whatever.
Right.
And it's kind of just one guy, standing up against corruption,
Well, that's a great point.
And Batman does it, but Jake, a little bit. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we do know, but we're not going to say what happens if he beats corruption, if he doesn't. So yeah, it's really tough to walk around what happens in this movie,
but hey, that would be a great double feature.
Yeah,
this and the Batman.
No, I think so,
because you could watch it as an unofficial, a double feature where
like
Jake,
a multiverse movie.
Yeah, Jake is so upset about the corruption in the world and like billionaires.
Yeah,
he turns into the Joker to fight against Bruce Wayne and Gotham.
I think so.
Maybe, I don't know. Could work.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I agree. Good double feature.
You agree?
Like really good crime noir movies.
And Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Okay. We're not going to decide on the favorite part. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Seriously.
So sick of like just begging on here for you morons. Just watch these movies. And we tell you that they're good. Why don't you just watch them like the moment this episode comes out? You see like, oh, they're talking about Chinatown.
Yep.
Let me watch it before I listen to this thing.
Yep.
I can freaking understand what's going on.
Next time you're tempted to watch Boss Baby for the third time this week, turn on Chinatown or something, okay? Idiot. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
You know who you are.
He doesn't want I was on a dating app. I was talking. I have one of like my prompts or whatever on my profile that I like movies or whatever. It's about movies.
Right.
Okay. And so I just get like people saying, what are your top three favorite movies, or what's your favorite? And I kind of just switch it up, like depending on what I think though.
Right.
No, but like the first couple times I was like, oh, Stand By Me, The Fugitive, Good Will Hunting. And I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of a single one of those. And I'm like, oh, they're kind of old.
Yeah.
Like, what are yours? One girl said, she said, what do I want to put first here?
What'd she put first? That's the question.
Let me pull it up. Yeah. The way she arranged it.
Well,
was
yeah.
funny to me.
While Jaron pulls that up, we're not pretentious snobs.
No,
Okay,
no.
you like what you like,
Yeah,
but if it sucks, I mean, that's on you. You know.
exactly. Okay, one that I thought was okay. This is the one that's like not that bad.
Okay.
She said Top Gun.
The original
No,
or Maverick.
I'm assuming she's meaning the new one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great
I don't think
movie.
it'd be the old one.
No. I don't
Because
know.
I told her my favorite movie. She hadn't heard of a single one of them. So Avatar was number 2, which I told her I didn't like. That I'm an Avatar hater.
She's an IMAX girl.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And then the third one was How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Not bad. I mean, like, you like what you like. It's a rom-com.
Is that the Heath Ledger one?
No, that's McConaughey and Kate Hudson.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's like about how to lose a guy like a certain amount of days or something like that.
Yeah, I've also heard that.
I've seen it. I'm not gonna whatever. Okay, she's a journalist and she's writing an article about how to lose a guy in 10 days, and so she's like, this guy that she's with is just like a practice. It's just like an experiment or whatever.
That sounds
But
nice.
she falls for him, and then he finds out.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it or whatever. But
Okay.
one scene's really maddening that girls think it's funny. He's at a Lakers game. He's like lower bowl, and it's close. It's like the fourth quarter, you know.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "I want to go get a drink. Can you come with me?" And he's like, "Can we wait real quick for like a timeout or something?" And she like just starts pouting or whatever. Makes him leave the game, like to go to concessions. And he misses. the
Wow.
last. Yeah. I was like, I would never do that.
No, you
I'd
wouldn't.
explain to her the situation. She's like, no way.
Yeah.
Like, let's, do you see what's going on? But yeah, let me see if I can find the other one.
Okay.
Like unmatched me.
She's like, this guy's a D-bag.
I don't think I responded actually, if I'm being honest.
Wow, that's insane. You saw her movie pics and then just didn't respond?
No,
Like,
I
are they
did-
that
I did,
bad?
actually.
Okay, okay.
Now that I think, where is it? Jeez,
Find it, man. We don't have all night.
dude. Don't be rude to me. Just so many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. How many of them does Zach know?
Whatever.
All of them, probably. Yeah. Hey, we got to start watching movies.
Zach's probably on his phone right now listening. It's like, let me see if I've matched her there. Not even gonna say her name, Zach. You jerk.
We got to watch
Yeah,
what we say
found
about Zach because he started to listen.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, so we have to be nicer to him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the first one. White Chicks.
Okay.
White Chicks. Not bad, right? Whatever. Comedy.
I used to love that movie.
A lot of people's favorite movie, I've heard. You know?
If you're a member of the church, I'd say it's a pretty solid bet.
Yeah.
The Church of Jesus
If you're a
Christ.
white chick, yeah, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next one. And this is when she lost me. Okay. What do you think of this? Why don't you guess?
Nacho Libre.
No. You wouldn't even, I don't think you'd think of this. Baywatch. That's number 2.
The new one?
Yeah.
Like the
new one.
The Rock and Zac Efron?
I didn't ask, but I'm assuming the new
I
one.
think the other one was a TV show, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, the Zac Efron.
Cool.
Doing the Rock Johnson movie. Baywatch. Which, hey, we're not hating. Okay.
No.
We're just talk. This is a movie podcast.
Yeah.
Let's make this a segment each week or something. That'd be
You
funny.
should. That would be hilarious if you just DM'd girls and or guys.
Or
I'll create a
guys.
hinge for guys.
Okay.
And we'll just do a segment for both.
Just people's top threes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one was, and this was so surprising. It's just like they're so different. Real Steel. That was the third one.
2011
Yeah, the Hugh
Jackman. boxing
robot boxing
boxing.
movie.
That's pretty cool.
And I said, are those the only 3 movies you've seen?
No, it's a genuine question. You know,
It is a genuine question.
for
You know?
about 10 years, my favorite movie was The Blind Side.
Yeah. It's not anymore.
Well, no, no, I'm still in those 10 years.
Okay, yeah.
No, but it's like if you just branch out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe those things are still your favorite, but I don't know.
I think you need to move on.
Yeah.
A couple. Of
It's
those.
honestly, listeners, you don't understand
It's
the,
hard for us
the
to.
burden on
Yeah.
us. We can't have conversations with normal people anymore. It's so hard.
The God complex is so tough for us, you know.
No, but does that happen to you? I mean, I've met a few new people within the past few weeks,
Mhm.
and it always comes up that I'm a content creator, film guy.
Like, oh yeah, I've seen your podcast.
Yeah,
I've
they already know
seen
about it.
like the billboards.
They've seen the billboards.
Yeah,
No, but they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" It's like if I told you,
you just wouldn't.
you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't even know what it is. Like I don't even say my actual like I wouldn't even tell anybody that it's Cinema Paradiso is like my top 3.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like such an ass.
Yeah.
You know? Because I know you're not gonna know what it is. You're gonna be like, oh, what's that? Or I don't know what that is, and I'm just gonna be like, talking down or whatever. But that's not how I wanted this to go. I don't want it to be like that.
I don't even have an English language movie in my top 4.
Really?
Yeah.
La La Land.
No.
Yeah, no.
I've changed it. I've updated it.
You only listen to that in like the Dutch version.
Yeah, I just yeah. But that's how advanced we are. We've moved past American cinema, I feel like. And yeah.
Once you get past subtitles, gosh, so
a
many,
whole new world opens
new
up.
world
Who said that?
opens
Bong
up.
Joon-ho?
Yeah, we did. Harry Bong Joon-ho did, yeah. Not us.
Not us.
Okay. Yeah, so least favorite part.
That's tough.
Probably just the end. Like I was dreading it. I was like, right when they get to Chinatown, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be really sad now.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I didn't know. I expected a happy ending, and maybe there is a happy ending.
Well, so that was one of the issues with the writer. What's his name? The writer, Robert Towne and Roman Polanski, is that Robert Towne originally wrote a happier ending where she, I won't say it, but somebody, whatever, maybe a bad person dies and some people are happy and we get a happy ever after. But Roman Polanski was like, no, assuming he was just distraught with, Sharon Tate and coming to grips with reality. He's like, no, that's not realistic. I want a ending that's grounded. I don't think Jake Cahill is going to beat corruption in this movie. And I think we need to have
Jake Cahill.
Jake Cahill. Jake Gillis. Thinking of another. Gosh, you guys wouldn't even know who Jake Cahill is. Like, that's just another movie. That's a fictional TV character inside of a fictional movie.
That's insane.
You guys don't even. It's just crazy. So yeah, Jake Gillis. What was I even saying?
Sorry, go on. It is.
Another John Valjean. Little mess up. But yeah, so Roman Polanski wanted a more grim ending, and Robert Towne didn't. So that was a major disagreement. But later he came out and said that Polanski was right, and that was the perfect ending.
Okay,
so
cool.
Which I agree with,
Yeah.
but I don't like it. Nobody likes it, and it makes you feel bad. But you need to be able to distinguish between those emotions. Okay.
Yeah.
The movie makes you sad, or
It's not a bad movie.
Makes you disgusted or, angry. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it was effective at what it was trying to do, which was to upset you, and it did its job. So yeah, that's probably least favorite.
These are long categories.
I know. Geez, what's the time? I don't even I closed the time. 48. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Best quote. A couple good ones.
Yeah. Again, anything in the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked "Let's Have a Smile." Yeah. What have you got? You got options?
I really liked. Where'd you find the midget? It just gets punched, and then when he's investigating it, one of the houses, and the cops are there waiting for him, and the one cop is What'd you do? Run it? He's like, nice nose, Jake. What'd you do? Run into a door? He's like, your wife closed her legs a little too quickly last night, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Just his comebacks. Every comeback that he said was just so brilliantly timed. How do you can't even be that clever. It's not even possible.
No, it's not possible. And the funny thing about that one is it's a little long. Mm-hmm. He goes, nope, your wife got excited. She crossed her legs a little too quick. You understand what I mean, pal?
Yeah.
So that's great.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only Nicholson could pull that off. Just a response like that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just but yeah.
I liked Mrs. Mulroy. I gosh dang near lost my nose, and I like it. I like breathing through it. And I still think you're hiding something. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Do you have any more?
I've got a bunch. I mean, I've just got them pulled up here. But
while you're looking, life lessons. I only had one man can't bring down corruption. Unless you're Batman. So
yes, then you can.
Then you can, yeah. And I know a lot of you listeners are Batman. Some of us are as well. So maybe you can.
Yeah.
Just go try it. Yeah. Just like
do what we
do a little
did.
bit of investigating, in your local town at night.
Yeah. Start small.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Any more quotes that you found?
There were no.
Okay. That's fine. Worst character to hang out with?
The rich guy, what's his name again?
Noah.
Yeah, Noah.
Yeah. We won't say why.
Yeah. Or maybe one of the cops. The cops that Jake is buddies with, the lieutenant guy.
Yeah.
He's a D-bag for no reason.
So bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We can't even talk about it. I was like, why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the reason he should be in prison for that,
Oh yeah, this comes out in 2023. That's not happening, man. Yeah.
No way. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I agree though. Noah, worst character to hang out with. Or Faye Dunaway. I mean, honestly,
she's a little
a little bit of a yapper.
Well, when they start kind of developing a romantic relationship, and I don't think that's much of a spoiler. Mm-hmm. Okay. When they start that, I was like, what does he see in her?
Yeah. Those eyebrows.
Jeez.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
So
it's just funny that you had something locked and loaded.
It's like a string just on the top of her head. It's like it just looks weird.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Okay.
And she's annoying. She's a bit annoying.
Yeah. She's kind of abrasive.
She's really impulsive. Really nervous. Obviously, the whole time. But lying. She's a liar.
She's a liar
the whole time. So. Yeah. Who should Ryan Gosling have played? Jake. Easy. Perfect role for him.
Yeah.
It would have worked too.
It would have worked great.
Reboot this. You get Jake for, or Ryan Gosling for Jake. Ana de Armas for Faye Dunaway.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is Blade Runner 2049.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's set in LA.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to figure out this mystery.
Yeah.
Trying to get to the bottom of it.
Different period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a mystery in LA. That's where the similarities end.
When you said that, I was like, where's he getting at? But then you just explained and I was like, yeah.
And then you got it.
I get it. See? Okay. You see Josh watch Blade Runner for the first time?
Yeah, I was really excited about that. I got to talk to him about that.
It's crazy, the movies people haven't seen, like Blade Runner.
Well, I was just talking to him about it 2 weeks ago.
Really?
And he was like, I want to watch it. And I said, you need to watch it soon because he loves Dune.
Yeah.
So it's same director, you'd love this. And he likes Ryan Gosling as well. So
is Dennis your favorite? He's your second favorite.
He's in my top 5.
Top 5, okay.
Yeah.
Chazelle, what's your favorite?
Chazelle's probably my favorite. And I just watched all of Quentin's movies except for Kill Bill. Mm-hmm. And rewatched all the ones I had seen. I'm like, this guy.
Let me list your top 5 right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Chazelle. And then I'm thinking, if I had to split hairs, I'm thinking Denis is number 2.
Okay.
For you. Then Quentin, then Martin, then Fincher.
That's probably my top 5.
Probably it, yeah.
That is my top 5 for sure. You know a lot about me.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the order though. I think Quentin's movies are more enjoyable for me than Denis, but Denis are more like pensive. They make me feel more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think that's why it's your 2.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
You don't shut up about Denis.
I don't.
I feel like that's the director you talk about the most, honestly. I mean,
Probably.
An Arrival.
I never shut up about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the movie draft this time.
It is?
Yep. That's my first pick, just so you know.
Okay. What's our draft
It's
again?
not. Our draft, a little.
Has nobody else seen Arrival?
No, they are.
Okay.
It's not going to be in my draft. Our draft is going to be movies people haven't seen because you idiots haven't seen Chinatown, so it works well.
Yeah. Does Gavin count?
There was no movie that I wanted to pick that he had seen.
Okay. There's one that eliminates one movie.
Really?
That I had. But, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Gavin?
Gavin? The, governor's kid?
Yeah.
Or whatever. We don't
The
know.
gay one?
Yeah, we don't know if he's gay or not.
We like the gays unless they're named Gavin, for the record, for our listeners.
No, but the draft, we're going to do movies that like our friends that have Letterboxd haven't seen and like are less, what's the word? Filmatically inclined.
Less refined, less civilized.
Less civilized movie watchers.
I could go on.
Yeah. Not real like film fixators. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Which is disappointing.
Not part of the fixation crew.
Yeah.
Fixation nation. You know what I mean? They don't listen. So, F them. Spencer and Forrest and Zach.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about. Movies that they haven't seen. And so, yeah, we're going to draft from those movies.
Okay, perfect.
I would have included like Kaysen and Staten too, but they haven't logged anything.
There's one that I included that I know Kaysen has seen, but he isn't logged. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably pick it late if I need to.
Okay.
But
sounds good. Some of these categories are a bit weird. What scene in the movie would you most want to be there for?
I don't know. The easy one is the sex scene. That's the easy
It's
option
weird
always.
that you kind of like always pick sex scenes.
it's just one of those things.
I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
It's just you.
No, I don't know.
Maybe the barbershop.
Yeah,
Just
the
get
barbershop.
a nice like shave. And,
I would love to be one of Jack's like assistants.
mm-hmm.
Jake's assistants. Gosh, just follow him around. So any
His secretary, where he's like, "Why didn't you go to the little girl's room?" She's like, well, "Really? Okay, okay, Mr. Gillis." What is I think the barbershop. I would have wanted to hear the joke firsthand and how Jack, because he thought it was so funny that he drove home. He comes through. He drove to the office.
Yeah.
The moment he comes through the door, he's like yelling. He's like, "Where are you?
Gotta hear this.
You gotta hear this joke." And he's just like, will not be interrupted until he gets the joke off. It's just so funny. So I would have wanted to hear the joke originally.
Yeah.
And get a haircut and be next to Jack. It'd be fun. Okay. Is this the greatest movie ever?
Could be.
Is the greatest original screenplay?
Yeah.
You think so?
I guess so. I don't know.
I think Whiplash might be.
Okay.
Not
a big fan of Whiplash, but
sure you're not.
No, that's great. Great argument.
It's based on a short film. That doesn't count though.
I don't know.
No. Didn't it win Best Original Screenplay?
I think so. I think that's like the only thing you got.
Yeah. Okay. This or Whiplash, I don't know. But definitely for like before 2000s, I'd say yeah.
It's hard to say. I just wouldn't know because everything's based on something.
Yeah, I mean like
Like
The
even
Godfather is based on Mario Puzo's book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
Star Wars is based on whatever.
Flash Gordon. Dune and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that counts as an original screenplay.
I know, yeah.
So I just wouldn't know. I'd have to look at a list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most literally me character.
Jake. Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Dude, so that's like the easiest one.
Oh
I've
my
ever done.
gosh, dude, that was easy. That was pretty easy just now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Draft.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay.
Want me to flip a coin or do you want to do it this time? Big guy.
You flip it. But I'm not going to tell you what mine is until after you flip.
Okay. Wait. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. Sean Fantasy just watched Killers of the Flower Moon.
This early?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Huh?
I need to listen to the big picture. See what he thought.
Well, he probably can't. I think there's an embargo,
talking
right?
about it?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't rate it until.
Screw that guy, dude.
Do you want to know what it is or do you want to tell me what?
Why don't you tell me what it is and then I'll
Okay. It's Tails.
That's what I was going to pick. So
Which, yeah, you were going to
I
pick
was
Tails.
gonna
So
pick Tails, so.
that's fine.
Yeah. I didn't think you'd actually tell me. Now it's
No, that's fine.
okay. All right.
I've gotten the first one, I think, every single podcast.
Are we doing
so-
snake draft or are we doing?
with two people?
No, it's not. Okay. So I think I know what you're going to pick, but listen.
I know what you're going to pick first. So I'm going to go for that. So you better take it.
Well, if you take what I want, then I'm taking what you want right after.
Okay, that's easy.
To
That's
get
fine.
back
I
at
don't
you.
care. I don't care.
Why would you do that?
I'm just kidding. We go through this every time. We're like, do you pick the one you want or do you pick the one to sabotage the other person? I think pick the one you want.
I
Go
want to pick one
ahead. Okay.
that I like. One is like my second pick that I think you might pick,
Okay.
but like I think I can get it because I'm going to give you your that you want.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well, the one I'm probably going to pick, I need
Well,
to
don't tell me.
talk to you about. Okay. So you pick. And pick your second pick, and I'll give you the one that you want.
You will.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to. Okay. I'm going to take. This is tough. I'm going to take. I'm going to take Jaws.
Okay.
That's my.
None of our friends have seen that?
No. None of them have.
Wow.
We're
I know
not
Stanton has.
counting our film connoisseurs. We're not counting.
Yeah, Nick Hender, if you're listening,
Nick or-
this would have been impossible.
Yeah. Nick, you just freaking watched everything.
Yeah,
We're not
that's
counting
great.
Grace.
Okay, we're not counting Grace. That was my kind of caveat
Oh.
with my next selection.
No, I didn't count Grace.
Okay, Grace.
Because I was like, she's watching them with you.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like these.
That was my justification. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
We're not counting Caleb.
Okay.
So yeah, I picked Jaws. Saw this like 3-4 years ago. Just loved it. Incredible like backstory, the making of this movie. Just like the first of its kind. Redefined like how thriller movies and horror movies are made. You know, like the shark not showing up for like most of the movie and just being like alluded to and how dangerous it is, and was just such like expert filmmaking that just happened like accidentally,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and ended up like it was the first big like summer blockbuster of all time. Probably like the most influential movie, like maybe of all time. Like
Yeah.
came out in the 70s. Every other movie after it just like took so much from it and the just filmmaking aspects of it. So that's my first pick, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
you know,
See, I didn't even look at that one because I just had assumed everybody had seen it. But that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
oh really?
One of the best movies ever. You know,
Yeah, me too.
great pick.
Thank you.
My pick.
Your pick, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Shut up.
I'm gonna take Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Okay.
So Grace, my best friend in the whole world, and my wife, she has seen this, but it's because I forced her to watch it. Yeah. 1969. It's kind of like a cowboy comedy. It stars Paul Newman and Robert Redford, two of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
Paul Newman is just like the king of charm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like flexing his muscles in this movie. It's so funny. It's like one of the first modern movies, I feel like.
Yeah.
You watch it today and there are some things that are aged, but it's it's just as enjoyable. I could show it to a 10-year-old and they would get a kick out of it. So
Yeah.
just a great movie. Made me fall in love with cowboys
Really?
again.
I thought you were kind of like a cowboy.
Yeah, I've always been.
Yeah. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
And I was very surprised by that movie too. Like you watched it, you were like saying, this might be one of my greatest movies. One of my most favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, I need to watch it quick. And I did. Just blew me away. Just like the buddiness between the two of them, just a great dynamic. You couldn't get like two cooler guys in Hollywood at the time to make a movie with.
It's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Just like two of the greatest actors, two of the coolest guys making a buddy movie.
You get
doesn't
that
get better
same,
than
that same feel. Yeah. So great pick. Okay. I'm going to take Cinema Paradiso for my second pick.
I knew it.
This is might be my most favorite movie ever. Definitely top 3. I got kind of 3 that I've just kind of shift around. But this one just and I only watched it last year for the first time. Seen it once more since then. And just for Austin and I, and he's seen this too, and he loves it. There's 2 guys who just love film, and are just at this point in our lives, we're just blown away by, lots of stuff we watch. We're just so enveloped in it. And no film romanticizes movies better than this does.
Yeah.
So if you care about film, listen to this pod, I'd recommend Cinema Paradiso. It's in Italian. There's subtitles. But it's spectacular. You can watch the theatrical version, a bit shorter. I watched the 3.5 hour version, I think. But it's just like a kid, growing up in Sicily, and befriends the local projectionist at his local theater, and they just kind of bond and have this beautiful relationship. And then you see him grow up and different points of his life, and there's love, and there's movies, and there's the father-son dynamic and family, and just kind of everything. Very sweet, made me cry. I watched this at 2:00 in the morning on a school.
Yeah, I remember you
I
telling
just was so tired, but I just couldn't stop watching it. I was crying, and just really hits home. So, yeah, really good. Okay, your pick.
Okay, I would like to say as well, Cinema Paradiso, one of my top movies now.
Really,
which is fantastic for all the reasons you listed. So,
okay, good.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Silence.
Yeah, that's what I figured you'd pick.
Or was that the one you were gonna?
Yeah, I was deciding between Silence and Jaws.
Okay,
actually.
So Silence is a Martin Scorsese movie. And I don't know why more people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, and Liam Neeson. 3 of the best actors out there,
Yeah.
It's set in Japan, and it's about these 3 Portuguese missionaries that are trying to preach Christianity in Japan. And they're met with a pretty stiff opposition. And it's all about faith and losing faith. And I don't know. It's just really beautiful. The cinematography is amazing. I think Rodrigo Prieto works on that. I believe, who's doing Killers of the Flower Moon and did Barbie. So the visuals are amazing. Just fantastic performances by Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Just a really touching movie. Made me cry, and I think one of Scorsese's best, but one of his most underappreciated. So
yeah, no, I think so as well.
Great film.
I really like that one too. I've tried to get people to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I tried to show it to some people back in the day. Nobody could get through it. It was maddening. Tristan tried to watch it with me, and we didn't finish it. And I tried to show it to my family at some point. Nobody was paying attention because there's no score. You know, when it's really just like a tale of survival of like your faith and also like surviving in Japan. And these two like dedicated Christian missionaries just go through so much adversity, and it's just like you just can't believe everything that they go through. And how they stay determined through it all. Yeah, just a great, and it's a Martin Scorsese movie. You wouldn't think, you know, but just beautiful filmmaking.
Yeah. Not a great party movie.
No,
because
that's where I would get like. I've made that mistake a lot of times. You know,
it's very long. It's bleak.
Yeah,
it's very introspective. So yeah, don't watch it in a crowd. Watch it alone if you can, or with you know somebody that will appreciate it.
I was like, maybe my parents will watch this. It's like a Christian movie or whatever. But I was feeling uncomfortable with like the torture stuff. You know, I was like, maybe we shouldn't finish that.
Yes.
Okay.
But that being said, I would recommend it to anybody and everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Okay. For my next pick, I'm going to take The Revenant. I don't know how people haven't. Our friends haven't seen
crime
this.
too.
Yeah,
Payson has seen it.
He has.
He likes it.
Okay.
And Carlisle, a new listener of ours.
Okay, great.
She has seen it. So
that's perfect.
There's two of my friends, but
yeah, this one just like Leo finally gets his Oscar for what he went through and the filming, and you know, very deserved. He should have won it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
before that. Just you know, another like kind of like Silence, just like a survival film. You know, it's just so entertaining to watch Leo navigate through this world and like get torn down, and his determination to get. I love revenge stories. It's just a classic, amazing revenge movie. So yeah, I just really like this one. And did it win the Oscar for Best Picture?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but Leo did win for Best Actor.
Yes,
but yeah, no, just a fantastic film. Leo versus a bear. If that doesn't like, if you're not watching this movie like right now after hearing that, like, I don't understand you. So,
do you like this more than Birdman?
Yeah, I don't like Birdman that much
because I think that's the same director, right?
Oh, really?
So it's interesting that he didn't win for this in 2016, but then won for
Birdman. Birdman shouldn't have won.
Yeah,
should have been No Country. I don't know what year.
No, Birdman was much.
Birdman was 2016. Later. Yeah, my bad. So I remember thinking, like, why did Birdman win?
Yeah,
out of all these other ones.
Anyway, sorry, I derailed you. But
was it The Social Network? No, that was 2010.
No, that was 2010. So
we looked that up for me.
Yeah,
tech boy.
That won over The Revenant.
Yeah, or no, the one over the Birdman year. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, because Birdman, it's so like, it's just a theater kid movie. You know, it's all like kind of one shot, continuous, but just like a bunch of theater kids putting on a play or whatever. And yeah, I just didn't enjoy it.
Oh, sorry.
I wonder what year.
So it won in 2015.
Okay.
So that would have been the 2014 movie slate. Whiplash. Beat Whiplash.
Yeah.
That's, I don't even Imitation Game, Grand Budapest Hotel. I would have put it over those two.
I think Grand Budapest. I'd put that over Birdman.
Yeah. American Sniper. My boy Chris
Did
Kyle.
Cooper win Best Actor for that? I think he did.
Sorry, dude. It is so hard to find Oscars.
We don't have to fact check.
Okay.
This,
anyway,
I heard it beat Whiplash, and that's an atrocity. So Whiplash should have won.
Not okay. Okay.
Whiplash might be the best movie like of the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So
I would say so.
Okay, is it your pick?
Yeah. Are we doing 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay. I've just got so many options.
You do? I have 18 options here.
Okay. I have 23. And I like all of them, obviously.
Okay. Let's just do 6.
Okay. I'll just do Swingers.
Okay.
Just because this is one that you recommended to me. And I kind of, anytime it's a movie night, this is like a good party movie. movie.
Yeah.
Especially like hanging out with the boys movie because it's pretty relatable in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Jeez, I was looking right at his face, couldn't figure it out. Set in LA, they're just these two bachelors that just kind of go from bar to bar. Jon Favreau was just broken up with by a girl in New York, and he's just this loser. Like he can't get over it. He can't talk to girls, and Vince Vaughn is just so charming and tries to get him out of the slump.
Yeah,
it's just a great movie. It's really fun. Probably not the best movie on my list right here, but one that I really like, and I really want people to know about and watch so we can talk about it.
Yeah,
it's a short watch too, so
it's only like an hour and a half. Right? Yeah. I really like that movie. Jon Favreau directed it, right?
I don't think so. I think it was somebody else, but they wrote it. Doug Liman was the director, but Vince and John wrote it.
Yeah, but I think like Jon Favreau's like first like kind of big shot.
Yeah,
like him and a bunch of these famous actors that are now famous were living with each other, and got this movie and just did a really good job. And
and they were like the envy of Hollywood at the time because everybody that was young like them, like they literally just wrote about the Hollywood experience, like being an actor trying to make it work.
Yeah.
So all these other guys that were doing the same thing, were like that could have been our shot, So they were really the cream of the crop for a while there.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I had that on my list here.
Okay, very good.
Okay, I kind of wanted to stay away from like ones we've picked, all the time. Like I don't want to pick Taxi Driver. I feel like we've talked about that.
Yeah, a lot. Good call.
I'm gonna go with Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah, awesome.
Do you want that one?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It's on my list here.
Yeah,
but I probably wouldn't have picked another Newman.
Okay. I was like, he already picked a Newman. I don't want him to be repetitive or whatever, so I'll explain this one. But watched this last year. Very good. Just like I watched Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and I was like, I need more Newman. So I watched like 4 Newman movies in a row, and this is probably my favorite. Butch Cassidy's my favorite, but this is second. Newman just like gets arrested for some stupid reason, and he's in this like weird like prison setting where it's kind of just like a house with a fence. And
it's based on a prison that was in my mission that I drove by all the time.
Oh, really?
In Florida, yeah.
Okay. But like, there's just so much like camaraderie he gets with these guys, and kind of like Shawshank Redemption. People just kind of make up these stories about him, making him be just like more than a man. And he's just so cool. He eats like 100 eggs or something. It's just so stupid. But like, I don't know. It's just funny, and he's so charismatic and charming. You kind of just like buy into it a little bit, and then it becomes like a tale of like resilience. Like the guards try to break him, and you think he's broken, and
thematically, it's a film about Christ, and there's like a lot of imagery to back that up.
Okay,
like. There's
like every film about resilience is about Christ.
At this time, there were like a lot of movies like that coming out, so it's like a common theme.
Yeah,
but to your point,
that I mean, like Mel Gibson writes Braveheart about himself.
Yeah,
he's Christ. Oh, that's pretty funny. But yeah, just really good Newman movie. I recommend it to people.
And again, that movie rides on just like the charm and the charisma of the actual actor, which is awesome.
I think this one's like 60s. 67.
So before Butch Cassidy.
Yeah. So everybody was in love with Newman at the time. So
yeah, it is really indescribable, like how hot and how cool he is in that movie. For you listeners out there, if you're still listening, because I know you've never heard of any of these.
Yeah.
Paul Newman was Doc Hudson in Cars, a little film called Cars. You ever heard of it? So that's what you've seen of his.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're just like related to our audience.
I know, dude. I'm just speaking that language.
Oh yeah, Cars. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Cars.
Doc Hudson. I know that guy. He's the Cars.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also gonna go away from movies I've picked a lot.
Okay, good.
And I'm going to pick another 60s movie.
Okay.
another 67, and I'm going to go with The Graduate.
Oh, I haven't seen that though.
Oh,
So you can't.
got to. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'll
You know,
pick something
wait,
else.
no, I'll let you get one because I want to pick one that you haven't seen.
Okay. For the record, listeners, that rule wasn't established when we were making this.
Yeah.
So The Graduate, I won't go too into detail.
It was established, that rule.
No, as soon as we got here,
hadn't. Oh, in your.
we were
prep
like,
for it.
is it okay if each other has seen the movie?
Yeah.
Which we just clarified when we got here.
Mhm. But you said in your research that's what you were planning on.
Yeah.
Like you were the one that confirmed it to me.
But I didn't exclusively do that.
okay,
Like I obviously picked a few movies you haven't seen.
you did.
Mhm.
Okay,
So I won't pick those now.
all right.
Okay. Big guy.
Big guy.
The Graduate, 1967. Dustin Hoffman. One of his first movies and widely regarded as like his jumping off point, I think.
Mhm.
Again, he's just so cool in this movie. Well, his character is not cool, but Dustin Hoffman he acts it perfectly.
Mhm.
It's about him getting in a relationship with an older woman, one of his parents' friends. And it turns into this love triangle, and it's just really great.
Yeah. Okay.
Simon and Garfunkel soundtrack. It's killer.
Okay. I'll watch it this week, but you have to promise to watch the movie that I
Okay.
recommend.
Perfect. Last bit. This is like mandatory viewing for people in their 20s, I feel like. Because he's just
Graduate?
come out of college. Yeah. He's just come out of college. He kind of lacks direction.
That's not us.
No, that's dude.
I'm still in.
We're still in college and we don't have direction. But yeah, it's just great. So
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Cool. Sweet. Okay. I'll save my movie that you haven't seen for last.
Okay.
How many I picked? 3, 4? I picked 4. Cinema
You've
Parody,
picked-
so Jaws, The Revenant, Cool Hand Luke.
yes.
I'm going to take The Gladiator or Gladiator.
Nobody's seen
Yeah.
that.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
Yeah.
I know Case has seen that. Spencer and Gavin haven't seen that.
Maybe they haven't logged it. But if they haven't logged it, like they haven't seen it. in my
Yeah,
eyes,
exactly.
You know? Caleb's seen it. Nick's seen it. Adam Crosby's seen it. He's not my friend anymore.
Because of fantasy football.
Yeah.
He's getting married tomorrow. Are you gonna go?
Oh, dude, screw him. Hope he gets divorced, man.
Oh my gosh.
No, just kidding, Adam. You just didn't understand
Okay.
how seriously we took fantasy football.
Tell us about Gladiator.
You don't want to hear about fantasy football?
I mean, I totally do, but I've heard it.
Okay.
Maybe-
You've heard it. Just too much. Yeah, I get you.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Gladiator. Came out 2000. Ridley Scott movie. Great Russell Crowe performance. He wins the Oscar this year. Joaquin Phoenix, like one of the
Yeah.
best villains of all time in this movie. I think this is his best performance of all time. Nick agrees with me. I think it's better than Joker. You know, like his performance.
Yeah.
I think he's just so like just evil, you know,
Mhm.
like just personifies evil in this movie. And just a great, like, you know, I love revenge movies. Like I feel like I always pick a lot of revenge movies and just manly, cool, and you know, what's a better plot? Like there's hardly ever gonna be a better plot
Than just pure
like-
revenge.
no, I mean just like Gladiators.
Oh, and then Gladiator.
you
Yeah.
know? This is awesome. So,
Yeah.
and
I
Ridley Scott's like really good at world building.
Mm-hmm.
Just Russell Crowe was like super hot at the time, and just a great movie. Yeah, really liked
Okay.
it.
I hope they make a Gladiator too.
Yeah, they're going to. Is it?
Are they?
Is it pushed back?
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in like early development.
Oh, jeez,
So I'm sure that's why I'm saying I hope it actually
happens. Yeah.
happens.
Are like people who are filming movies like right now? Like, did they just halt everything?
Yeah, you can't do anything without the actors and stuff.
That sucks.
Okay. My 5th pick here. This is getting kind of hard. You haven't seen most of these.
Shut up, dude.
You haven't. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be hard, dude.
I've seen pretty much everything you've seen. I think there's like
I'm looking at 15 movies here.
I
that
think
you
there's
haven't
like 15 total.
seen. Yeah, that's probably true.
So anytime you see a movie that I haven't seen that you log, I'm like, watch that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't want there to be any sort of divide between us.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I appreciate that.
Films that we can talk about.
I really appreciate that.
Wish you felt the same.
I do, dude. It's just I have a big backlog to
You're
get
just
through.
busy.
Yeah, I'm super busy.
So busy. You're more busy than me, man. Come on.
There's no way.
I'm the
Could be.
commissioner of the fantasy football league.
Dude, that's big.
Make the week recaps. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so it has to be one you've seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to give you choices?
No. I'm just going to go with The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that?
No. You told me like 3 times to watch that. I haven't seen it.
That's insane.
I didn't
Okay,
finish
let's change my pick then.
Okay.
But then it's going to go into movies. Okay, we watched this together, but you didn't finish it. Ikiru.
What?
Which,
Oh.
which I believe translates to living. It's filmed by Akira Kurosawa.
Okay. I'll count it.
Okay, thank you. It's the number 15 film ever on Letterboxd. 1952, obviously Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really great film.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a slow burn, and you have to read Japanese for almost 3 hours. But
It's tough.
it's really insightful again. Emotional.
What did you end up giving that?
I think a 4.5.
4.5.
It wasn't a 5 for me because there are some cultural differences as well. And I had to look this up. But you watch a Kurosawa film, and it's very, just very different.
Really?
And that comes from like how American theater developed into American film. Japanese theater did the same thing, but Japanese theater was so much different than American theater. So the acting translates to being totally different.
Yeah.
It's a lot more emotional and showy.
That's something people have to get past with
Yeah.
like Japanese and Korean films. We talked about that on the Old Boy.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys listened to that one.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I know you guys did.
So
that
it's
was a good
definitely,
one.
it's definitely worth the watch. You just have to jump some hurdles.
We had Zach on that one.
Yeah. On
Oh,
Old
did
Boy?
we?
No, that was on Talk to Me.
Oh, that's right. Why am I?
I don't know. Okay, go on.
Okay.
Your final pick, big boy.
Now this is my final.
Yeah, this is 6.
Oh, jeez. Okay, then. I was gonna pick The Northman, but we've already talked about that one. So I'm gonna pick my film that you haven't seen, and it's the I could probably think maybe I could think of a better one, but like doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The Count of Monte Cristo. You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that. I've seen the live action play, but
Guy Pearce is in it, and this other guy, I don't know who the main guy's name is. The girl in it, very attractive.
nice.
You would
Okay.
really enjoy it.
Is she a redhead or something?
No,
What?
she's a brunette.
Okay.
Her voice is like, it's crazy. You'll have to, she just speaks so softly.
Okay.
I think probably the greatest revenge movie out there.
Right.
Now that we're on the topic of like revenge movies.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And it's a period piece, it's like in Europe in the whatever 1900s. Napoleon is in it briefly.
Nice.
So little Napoleon nod that
Right.
you might like, right? It's hard to, it's everything that I could say about these great revenge stories is in this, and it just probably does it better than any of the other ones I've seen. So
Okay.
it's really smart too. Like, the guy, the Count, just this comes up with this amazing plan to get back at like everybody who wronged
Yeah.
him in his life. And it's like I think it's like my mom, one of her favorite movies. She showed it to me as a kid, grew up just really liking it, but like not knowing what like the name of it was, just like
Yeah.
kind of just remembering that movie that would be on that I'd always sit down and watch. Then I watched it like recently, just like a couple months ago. I was like, wow, this is fantastic. This is amazing. So,
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Watch The Count of Monte Cristo. Watch all these movies.
Yeah.
Please.
So the lady that plays Mercedes,
Mhm.
main girl. She is in Bottoms, the new movie. You should go see it.
What?
Yep. Just check her filmography. Apparently, she's in it.
What year did that come out?
That came out in 2003.
Really? Seems a bit older, honestly.
2002. Sorry, it is older.
Oh, so that makes sense. I was like,
yeah.
that doesn't seem like a
Can't be 2003.
No way. Like, that's 2002.
Okay,
cool.
Let's switch it up a little bit and let's let you pick my final film.
I'm picking it.
If I give you options, because you've given me a rule that I can't pick what you haven't seen.
You're gonna pick. I want you to pick Focus.
Ew, gross. I hate that movie.
Why?
It sucks.
Good Margot performance. The con
Sure.
man. You just don't like.
So
you don't
stupid.
Like a heist.
Hey, I've been watching the Ocean films.
I saw.
They're fine.
You think
They're
they're fine? Yeah. You didn't like the second one.
The second one wasn't that great.
No, just because you didn't. You didn't.
I didn't get it. Yeah, that's all.
It's more just like a hangout movie, kind of.
Exactly, but it's just
funny.
Yeah, that's the
Brad
point.
Pitt got a buzz cut in that one.
It's cool.
Telling me you don't like that?
I like Brad Pitt anyway you
anyway
you prepare him. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you some options.
Okay.
And you just stop me when you want me to pick. And these are all movies I would recommend that none of you have seen.
Why don't you just give me all of them and I'll say.
I'll give them all.
I'll tell you which one you like most because I probably know.
Okay. But you haven't seen a lot of these. I'm only going to name the ones you haven't seen. Okay, I'm going to go Seven Samurai.
Okay.
You haven't seen that, right? No. Y tu mamá también. Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You know I haven't seen these movies.
Okay. Brokeback Mountain.
Okay. Which one of these do you want to recommend to people? You want
all of them?
Watch?
All of them. These are all great movies.
All right.
These are all fantastic. These are like my criteria when I was looking. These are like 4 to 5 star movies for me.
Do you think like Spencer is going to sit down and watch Seven Samurai?
No.
Even though but literally like Star Wars is based on it.
Exactly.
You know?
When I started making the list, I was like, okay, I need to make movies or I need to pick movies that Jaron hasn't seen. But then I was like, that's going to be too hard.
Mm.
So then I stopped doing that. But some of these were just because you hadn't seen them and I liked them.
Okay.
And nobody else had seen them. Brokeback Mountain. You still haven't seen that, right?
No.
Okay.
A little bit too
it's not
gay for me, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I was talking to somebody else about it and they were like, I just don't, I'm not interested in that. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're interested in this because it's not about them being gay. It's just like
homophobic people can like it.
Absolutely. You would love it.
Not.
Okay. Speaking of homophobia, Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Okay.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
Incendie. That's a Denis movie.
Okay.
Raging Bull. I already picked a Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
You've seen Black Swan, right?
Yeah. I have.
Okay. So Black Swan. The Sting. That's another Redford Newman movie.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
Which isn't that great, but for the same reasons the other movies are successful, this one is good.
Okay.
All the President's Men. Hoffman and Redford. Just great. The Place Beyond the Pines. The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. Slapshot, which is another Newman one.
Okay.
And The Wicker Man. Or Casino. We could put Casino in there, but I've already got a Scorsese on there.
The only one of those I had on my list was Casino. I think if you want the purpose of this is for people to actually watch these movies, maybe. I know it's a pipe dream.
Right.
We probably sound so pretentious, like
listen,
douchebags. Just like
everybody that listens to this podcast is our friend, so they know who we really are.
They get how we are actually serious, but like it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
we're just kind of losers,
It's the only thing
we're
we've got going
pretending
for us
to be really pretentious and
Yeah, when we don't even know like how to talk about the cinematography and the shots. Yeah. When I was trying to talk about that shot of in
the dike,
the dike shot. Yeah. I couldn't figure out what that shot was, so I just didn't say anything.
That was a good point.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks. What about No Hard Feelings? How about that? I really want our friends to watch that.
Was that on my list?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Me, you, and Grace watched that.
Yeah.
Or Beau's Afraid.
Yeah, I was afraid.
If I had
I
to pick out of those, I'd say Brokeback Mountain or Place Beyond the Pines.
I'll do Place Beyond the Pines.
Okay.
I think that's a smaller jump for people.
Watch No Hard Feelings, though.
Yeah,
I want to
No,
watch that with our friends, though.
we tried to watch that as friends a couple weeks ago or last weekend, but then with like some other friends.
Oh, cool.
No, with Case and Staten and all those guys. But there's full frontal nudity of somebody said full frontal nudity,
Mhm.
and then it got shut down. But
So
you know
stupid.
it's coming, and it lasts for 5
You
seconds,
could
and it's
literally
hilarious.
fast forward that whole scene.
Yeah.
But why would you?
Why you gay or something?
Queer.
No, so okay. So that's my list.
Okay.
But honorable mentions, all of the ones I listed, and No Hard Feelings. And what was the other one you just said?
Beau's Afraid.
Both. Yeah. Those are all honorable mentions. Okay, do you wanna-
Scream as well. Nobody's
Scream.
seen Scream.
Nobody's seen Screams? Even the original?
No, that's the original. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
yeah. But like none of them. None of our friends have seen any of the Screams.
I guess I'm guilty. I haven't seen the other. I've seen 3 of the Scream movies. I haven't seen 2, 3, and 4.
2 and 3 aren't that good.
Okay.
But
4 is good.
4 is good. I like 4.
Okay.
It's like kind of a soft reboot. So like, you could get into it.
Right. Scream was one of the first movies we did on this podcast. So that means a lot to us.
Isn't it? So like, we were
Feels
we were
forever
just kids back then.
we didn't know
What was that,
anything.
last year?
Okay. Do you want to read your selections?
I didn't keep track. So,
Okay.
but I
You want me
know though.
Okay.
So I picked Jaws, Cinema Paradiso, The Revenant, Cool Hand Luke, Gladiator, and The Count of Monte Cristo.
Beautiful. Good selection.
Thank you.
I picked Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Silence, Swingers, The Graduate, Ikido, which I don't know how to say. Sorry, Zach. Place Beyond the Pines.
Okay. I don't even feel like we need to.
No, I think
I mean, it's both like because nobody
nature-
else would know how to
Yeah.
pin these two teams up against each other. 'Cause
they
haven't
just
seen
wouldn't
it.
even. They wouldn't even know where to start,
Yeah.
Jaron.
So it's
they
like,
wouldn't.
we'll
even.
have to tell them.
No, okay. Yeah, I think that's a draw. Let's call
We'll
that a
say
draw.
that's yeah.
Okay.
So what is like 4-3 me? Or
Yeah.
did you tie it up?
It would be 4-3. Yeah.
Because I won the last one.
No, the last one was me, you, and Case, and I destroyed you guys.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I don't remember you being destroyed.
Rewatch the video. It's
I
pretty
did.
good.
I remember Kaysen being destroyed.
he was so mad, dude. So just a little thing after the fantasy draft. Well, so before the fantasy draft, we filmed on Wednesday, had a fantasy draft on Thursday.
Yeah.
Kaysen texts me Thursday morning and says, "Hey, did Jaron say anything about it?" He was really worried, like we didn't like him, which I liked him a lot on the
I
pod.
loved him.
He's our best guest yet.
Yeah.
So if the listeners liked him, we'll have him back on.
No, I was thinking of a movie we could do to get Kaysen on this week. But I was like,
We should just hang out and watch something together.
yeah.
But then after the fantasy draft, I'm walking out with him.
Mhm.
We're standing there in the dark, and he's like, "Be honest with me, man. Like, what were you and Jaron thinking about the podcast?" And I was like, "Dude, we loved you on it."
Did you not believe us when we told him to his
No,
face?
I pulled up my texts with you that day, and I was like, "Dude, we haven't said anything about it." So we need to give him more love, I guess. But it's kind of funny.
Zach comes on, doesn't even care.
I know. Okay.
Okay. Kaysen, you were fantastic, man.
Yeah.
You're a Chris Ryan. Okay. You coming back on.
Yeah.
You just got to watch one of these movies. Watch one of these.
Seriously, yeah.
You know?
We could do a whole podcast on any of those movies.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anyway,
Some of these I want to save for, because like obviously we haven't reached our full potential of podcasting yet. Like sometimes we have sound issues.
yeah, not anymore though.
Not anymore.
Today we're not going to.
Upgraded.
Except, okay, well, I don't want to say it. I'm going to cross my fingers, but
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. But some of these we want to save to look forward to, and like maybe if we I don't know.
I think Jaws is like 100th episode.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Okay. Cinema parody, so like 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 1,000.
Maybe thousands. Yeah. Jeez. Barely seen 1,000 movies.
I know.
I was just getting into like, it's like 3 years from now we're doing Where the Wild Things Are with Spencer on.
By
we're
that
doing
time,
the last Mimsy with Case
With Case.
or something.
by that time, I think Spencer will have fully transitioned into a Wild Thing. I think a procedure will be available, and he'll take it.
It's either going to be a wild thing or like a creeper or a furry or something. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Was-
You sign us off.
All right. Thanks for fixing it on film with us, Fixation Nation. Good night.